Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop telling yourself that you need to be fully healed, you need to be fully perfected, or even fully ready. Because the truth is, Cancer, whether this is about you taking a chance on yourself, on another person, on a situation or path that you really care about, you're going to feel a little bit vulnerable. It's going to feel a little out of your comfort zone, and that's okay. And the way that you know something is right for you, even if it scares you, is that it feels like you're expanding. You are coming out of something. It might feel a little bigger, a little more wild, a little more unknown, versus fearing something that makes you feel small or constricted, or like you're holding some part of you back, that kind of dread. That's not what I'm talking about. Now is the time to take that chance, to take that risk, to do the thing you've always wanted to do. Even if you don't feel like now is the time, there has never been a better moment than the present. This is the message that really came through quite resoundingly for you, Cancer. And I will apologize if I call you Gemini at any point in this reading. That keeps wanting to come out of my mouth. Maybe for some of you, you are on the cusp. Maybe you're Cancer, Gemini cusp people, or maybe you have Gemini placements somewhere in your chart, which is actually pretty likely as a Cancer. If that is the case, if you do have Gemini placements, all the more likely that this is a message that is meant for you at this time. Now, I did pull some tarot cards, but before we dive into all of that, I just want to thank all of you who support this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I do have a Ko-fi, which is a platform that lets you make a one-time or monthly donation for those of you who feel so called and have the means to do so. But truly, I am so grateful for any support that you give this channel. If you've been following around for some time and haven't done so already, definitely consider hitting that subscribe and bell notification. That way you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. Finally, if you'd like to book a reading or energy healing session with me, you can find the link to my website in the description of this video and book with me on my online calendar. Anyways, Cancer, I pulled some cards here. I actually did get the Five of Swords that came out first. And when I saw this card, it felt like you've been in some kind of power struggle. And I feel like when we see the Five of Swords, it's almost like this picking and choosing your battles. And as I was tuning into this, it felt like you've actually been doing something for some time, whether you've been in a situation or a relationship. I do kind of get relationship here. I feel like there is a person who's very relevant to this reading, especially from the past. So that kind of does feel like there's this kind of connection that you may have had to let go of, or you are in the process of letting go of with the Ten of Swords. Maybe you've just admitted to yourself something isn't working. Maybe you're still in this situation, this relationship, or this pattern. But I get the feeling that some of you are almost at a point where you're just kind of cutting your losses in some way. And the Ten of Swords can be a painful card. It's almost like letting go of what could have been with this egg here, this kind of amniotic symbolism. Some of you were in a relationship or connecting with somebody or helping someone because you saw the potential of what it could be. And that's not wrong. That's not bad. But it did not reciprocate for you. And you can't stay in a situation based off of what could be if what currently isn't working. And I think that is some discernment you have come into recently, or you are kind of solidifying for yourself, maybe even in this moment. And the present cards, I have two. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Temperance card. Now, the Six of Pentacles in reverse tells me that something has been out of balance, especially in terms of give and take. And again, I do feel like some of you were contributing to something, almost like investing in some way. but it didn't pay off. Someone may have even taken advantage of your charitable nature, of your good spirit, of your kindness. And what I get on a very deep level, and I do feel like we kind of need to go a little bit deeper here with temperance, because there is something you're healing, that you're integrating. What would it look like if you gave yourself a fraction of the kindness and grace that you give other people? If you were charitable towards yourself, if you didn't expect yourself to be perfect, to be fully healed, if you just allowed yourself to have imperfections. I feel like a lot of you have shame around receiving something that could be blocking you in a lot of areas of life, actually. Maybe you don't feel worthy. You have to earn somebody's love. You have to sacrifice something to get what you really want, to be worthy of what you really want. And the card that came in as the challenge for you was, interestingly, the Lovers. Now, this could have to do with a relationship. Again, maybe some of you are walking away from someone that you still love or care about, but I'm thinking of this honestly more as what is loving towards yourself, especially with this depiction of the Lovers. Seeing the shadow side, seeing this part of yourself that you've kept hidden, that you've kept concealed, that you've buried. Meeting that, meeting yourself where you're at. With temperance and the Lovers, I will say for some of you, if you feel like you have been single or you've just been disconnected for some time, I do feel like there could be a relationship here, but that feels like it's more coming in divine timing. I feel like there's something that needs to heal first, if I'm being totally honest. And I know that's not the most exciting message for people to hear, because people want now, now, now. There is something you're supposed to be doing now, though. There is a chance. There is something that you can do for yourself. And I want you to even answer in the comment section down below, what is something loving that you can do for yourself today, this week, this month? Whatever time frame it is, it doesn't really matter, but just say that out loud. Commit to it. Whether you comment it or even just say it to yourself, speak inside of yourself, make that commitment. Make that promise to you. Give yourself that. Something I was even just saying today is like that line, what am I doing to take care of myself today? Love that practice, but I almost want to change that to, what am I doing to love myself today? I feel like that is your assignment, Cancer. And at least at the time of recording, we are getting near Valentine's Day. So it's kind of interesting that all of this love, all of these love themes are coming through right now. So maybe that's kind of on your heart. But this is a timeless reading nonetheless. So it doesn't really matter when you're watching. And the card for the future is the Six of Swords. You are moving forward. You are leaving something stormy, tumultuous behind. And I don't think this is just about a specific person or situation or environment. It feels like it's a larger pattern. Because I'm just going to be honest with you, Cancer, I kind of get the feeling a lot of you stay in situations longer than you need to, or stay with someone longer than you need to, because you see the potential of what could be. Like, that kind of came through earlier. And it's almost like you're giving your power away by putting the ball in somebody else's court. This person's going to change, or this person's going to become what I need them to become, or what I want them to become. I just need to show up. I just need to show up for them in that way, and then I can receive it. But you don't need to go through that song and dance. You don't need to go through that stormy weather. That could also apply to a job too. That could apply to any number of situations, but I really do get like a love connection for a lot of you, or a relationship. It doesn't actually have to be romance, actually. I get like friendship, family member. It could also very well apply to this too, especially if there is, interestingly, a Gemini. I was kind of talking about that at the beginning. There could be a Gemini in your life who's really important as well with the Lovers. And we have Temperance here, so there could also be a Sagittarian energy as well. But with the Six of Swords, I do feel like this is about you moving forward. Even if you're going into uncharted waters, you're getting out of the storm. And I do feel the promise of safety with these migrating geese. They're moving towards land. And even if you don't know what's next, it's important that you move in that direction. And it's interesting that we started with the Five of Swords and we end with the Six of Swords. This is a progression. This is a transition that you've been in. And it's like you're finally about to make that move. Or at least that is what is strongly being advised. You know what isn't working in your life, and you might have an idea of what is or what will work. And you just have to commit to that with the Lovers. You have to commit to what is loving for you, what is in your potential. Because the only one who can actualize your potential is you. And you can't actualize other people's potential for them. You can try and support them in that process, but ultimately that's a decision they have to make for themselves. And I feel like when you do this, Cancer, you will naturally have people who love you gravitate towards you, love you who you really are. And that includes who you are right now. Even if you don't feel like you're good enough, even if you don't feel like you're ready. And again, I want to say, I feel like there is some chance, there is something that you're supposed to go after, Cancer. And I almost get the sense you're kind of stuck in your life right now, maybe because you feel like you need to be perfect. You feel like you need to, it's like you don't feel fully ready, and that's okay. You don't need to feel fully ready before making your move. And I feel like that just kind of applies in all areas of life for you. So definitely comment down below if that is true, or if there is just a specific area where you're feeling a little stuck, or like you're overthinking, overanalyzing, almost, what's the word? Not self-deprecating, could be self-deprecation, like self-limiting, self-sabotage. I feel like some of you are undoing some sabotage patterns or behaviors. And you're finally able to move forward in a direction that is aligned with you, even if it's hard, even if it's unfamiliar. And all the more reason that it feels like there's something worth trying there. So those are all the messages I have for you, Cancer, at this time. I do hope that this was helpful. Definitely consider hitting that like and subscribe button, especially if you've made it all the way into the end here. If you are moving forward, also feel free to give that little boat emoji. Let us know that you are moving into uncharted waters, that you're moving forward or in transition. And I will see you all in the next video. Again, you can find all of my links in the description. And I will see you next time. Take care.